Hey, welcome to another episode of Palmtrees and Progress Presents on NBC, KCAA, 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, and 1050 AM in the Inland Empire and worldwide on all streaming platforms. I'm your host, Erick Osario, and unfortunately, joined with us, not as usual, our usual co-host, better half of the show, Andrew Berkeley Big Dog Tavares, was not able to make it today, but, condolences to him. For today, not being able to make it. We'll get into it a little bit later about that, but lucky enough, we have someone, friend of the show, able to fill in, or try to fill in these important big Uggs that Andrew wears. So filling up Andrew's shoe size Uggs. Here we go. Abigail Johnson. Let's go.
The crowd goes wild.
And they are going wild. Get that lampshade off your head, crowd. Come on, chillax. So, Abby, thank you again for taking the time and being part of the show. How are you doing? Say what up.
What up?
That's pretty good. It wasn't the worst.
Yeah, try it.
Yeah. So, how are you doing? How's your week been so far? How was your weekend?
It's good.
How was your week? Your week so far has been good, and the weekend was good. Well, I'm glad to hear about that. So we got a great show planned for all the listeners. Thank you, all of you guys, for tuning in. As always, we're going to be going over some videos that we watched, and as well as some news articles that I skimmed and I sent over Abby last minute.
You did, huh?
Can I get through
It's okay.
Can I get
We're going to
this
discuss them today.
Yeah, we're going to discuss something. And this might be the first audio, recording of a breakup. So anyways, thanks everyone for tuning in, as always, to Palm Trees in Progress Presents. Don't forget to check out our website, palmtreesinprogress.com, and also on all social media platforms, Palm Trees and Progress. Go ahead and give us a follow on that, and say you tuned in today's episode, we might send you some socks or shirts. So go ahead and do that. Palm Trees in Progress on all social media platforms. Am I using this term correctly? No cap? I'm not
Wait, what?
No cap.
No cap.
No cap.
Are you capping? Or are you not capping? No cap?
I'm feeling like a no cap. Oh, thank you.
No cap means you're serious, right?
Oh, no cap? No, just because I'm not wearing a hat right now.
You're like, for real.
For real. So, Abby, what do you have to contribute to today's episode on the spot?
Oh, my presence obviously is a present.
Nice. That was pretty good. Some hard-hitting topics and some hot takes, hopefully, we can expect. I'm hoping for that.
Yes.
Yes. All right. I'll take that. All right. So, what do we want to get into? We can get into some news. We've been playing a lot of Resident Evil 5 lately. Do you want to break down to the news, and then we want to talk about Resident Evil 5? Trash television?
I don't know. How are you feeling about Resident Evil 5?
Oh, Resident Evil 5 might be the reason we break up, because...
Who's going to solve the puzzle first? I think I have a higher chance of solving the puzzle first.
Not if I go on the internet and find out how to get past this level.
Look, I have a puzzle game on my phone, and I love my puzzles.
For the listeners who may not know, we are currently in the process of beating Resident Evil 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's a cool co-op game, so I suggest if you're in a relationship or you have a partner and you want to see if you guys are really, to test it, if you guys are, capable or compatible, do that. Play Resident Evil 5. See if you guys can make it through Resident Evil 5 co-op. And if you guys can make it through that video game together, your relationship is strong and you guys might make it after all. They're gonna make it after all.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's my hot take. Abby, you know I felt this way about it, so this is kind of putting you on the hot seat.
What was that?
Nothing. So let's get into some news. Or do you want to watch it? Yeah, let's get into some news. I got some pretty cool news for us.
So what kind of news are we getting into?
Oh, some of the best news, but...
Oh, are we discussing that one that we talked about earlier this week?
We might. If we don't, baby doll, bring it up for us. But before we can't, get into the news without our proper news song. Let's go.
Yo, check it out. What's the scenario? Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? Here we go, yo.
Here we go. So what's the scenario? It's so weird that song gets us banned from Russia. That sample gets us banned from Russia. Pretty good song.
There's a lot of odd things that are banned from Russia.
Fair enough. I know. I'm over here. Like, what? Okay, so let's see if I can get this one going pretty good and nice and... All right. So here's our first article that I sent to you and skimmed. I don't know if this is the one that we talked previously in the week, but this is the one I'm kind of a big fan of. A widow who authored a grief book after the death of her husband is now charged with his murder. So I have a little bit more of the details here. You want to give your first initial reaction while I look these up?
You better watch out, babe.
that was basically a lot of these jokes that I was going to go for the show. Was going to be like, okay, so it was a Utah widow. Obviously, do you call a widow a Utah murderer? Do you call her a widow, even though she killed and caused herself to be a widow? Anyways, so a woman in Utah was the one that wrote the grief book. She's been charged with the murder in first degree. The night of his death, police found her husband. Oh no, Corey's husband, Erick.
Oh.
No, that's...
Who's Corey?
Corey, like Kouri's husband. So her husband was found, Erick, lying at the foot of her bed. Apparently, life-saving methods were attempted, but ultimately were unsuccessful. When questioned by authorities, Corey stated she made her husband a Moscow Mule. Good drink. What kind of Moscow Mule are you serving me? Because I'm like, oh, I like those.
I don't know.
Some Pucanas, I think, right?
I
don't know
how to make those.
A Moscow. It's ginger beer with. I don't know.
That's a good question.
Oh, Moscow Mule.
Yeah.
Yeah, ginger beer with something. I thought it was whiskey. I might be wrong. And it is with whiskey. And early night to celebrate a business achievement. So this dude's like, yo, baby, thank you for serving me this drink. You know, I made a business achievement. Doom, like video games. New achievement unlocked. Doom.
Thanks for, acknowledging my success.
So I guess when initially brought into questioning, Corey, because the body was found with lethal levels of fentanyl inside of his body.
Whoa.
Yes. So, it was revealed that Corey was in repeated communication with an unnamed acquaintance, and they had a long-lasting marital problem prior to the occurrence.
Have you did you ever read a creepypasta when you were a kid?
Corey's behavior was odd following his death as well. She hosted a party for a home sale the day after Erick's death, when she reportedly assaulted Erick's sister. So the man who she killed her husband, then fought and assaulted her dead husband's sister at a house party that she had thrown.
That seems classy.
Yeah, that is wild. So I will treat you a little bit better now and say, hey, babe, next time we're playing Resident Evil 5, can I get that heal potion? Can I get a nice little green herb? My health's a little low.
Instead of like, give it to me, dumb idiot.
Okay, I'm gonna get canceled. It's not how I talk. So creepypasta.
Yeah, did you ever read that when you were a kid?
I read it as an adult.
Okay, well let's
go on to the origins of creepypasta.
What's your version of an adult though? Like about what age would
13,
you say?
13, like the rest of
That's
certain
not,
community.
That's a kid.
What do you mean? So for the listeners that may not know, let them know. Try to explain creepypasta.
It is a YouTube channel for authors to write scary and dark short stories.
A YouTube channel for people to write stories.
Well, they do like little short reenactments of them, and they like read it out loud like an audiobook.
Is this kind of how like the Slender Man was created?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Okay, and Jeff the Killer, I'm sure, is one that's very well known. We should all know this one.
All should know.
Anyone in our generation should know this one. She kind of looks like him. I just think it's ironic too, because she was an author.
Oh yeah, that is wild. I mean, isn't that insane? Like, she wrote a book on how to deal with grieving, and then
talk about sociopathic tendencies.
That's a good cover band for suicidal tendencies.
Hey,
let's get it. Hey, while we're on this kind of lovers block of things. Here's another opposite side of the spectrum. Not a quarrel, but more of a meet cute you might see in like a rom-com, a romantic comedy. An Oregon man driving a stolen car crashed into a woman driving another stolen car.
Power couple.
Adorable. Like, oh my gosh, can you imagine how they telling their kids like how they met? How I Met Your Mother. Now I'd watch that show.
We didn't just crash into each other.
No. Well, we kind of crashed into each other, but like, oh man, this sparks were flying. And those sparks that I'm talking about, not just from the car crash.
It's crazy. They probably won't even be able to go on their first date for like another 5 years because they're probably going to both be in jail.
Well, depending on the jury. Wonder how long they were in there.
It might be a very cheap first date though.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of court fees to pay off.
Some Caesar's pizza. Let's go.
Some Caesar's pizza, Little Caesars, ma'am.
Okay, it's close enough.
Mm-hmm,
That was close. I feel good on it. I don't feel too bad. I don't feel too bad.
Yeah. So I mean, man, I'd love to watch that romantic comedy. Like, oh my gosh.
New trash television.
Yes.
Series?
Yeah. Talking about trash television, why don't you give the listeners what have we been doing a lot lately?
What have we been doing a lot lately?
Watching a lot of trash television.
Yes, we have.
And which one's your favorite out of the two that we watched so far?
Hard to say. I feel like
We've been watching a lot of The Hills and Laguna Beach. I gotta say, it's funny because my big sister used to watch it when I was in 2005. So however old I was, maybe 8th grade or something like that. And I'm like, what are you doing watching this stuff? It's bad for your brain.
you see.
And now I'm 30, and I'm like, yo, this is the peak of television. It's
suck.
never gotten better, and it will never get better than Laguna Beach. Is Elsie and Kristen, are they gonna make it? I don't know. It's hard to say. But, I could Google it. I remember Elsie in those LG phone commercials. I do know.
No cap.
No cap. Straight up facts.
No cap. Straight up fan.
Straight up fam. Straight up fam.
I really regret how much time I've been investing in these people's lives.
Oh my goodness. I don't, honestly. It makes me feel better about myself because I'm like.
It doesn't right now. It makes me feel like a trash person.
Well, you are what you watch. Isn't that the saying?
That should be the saying.
Yeah, well, it's great. It's funny to watch because these shows came out in 2004, 2005, and it doesn't sound that long ago to me. But then I see the fashion styles, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is taking me back. What's like a core fashion style from that era that you don't see anymore?
Low cut jeans, and thank gosh that I don't see those anymore.
Low cut jeans, a lot of low cut jeans, and then
they are awful.
I pointed out those short, poofy like skirts, like I don't even know how you would call them.
Yes, they're like tied at the top.
Little
and then they
Paris
kinda
Hilton
go,
skirts, little Paris Hilton type of skirts, right? Like, isn't that a fair way to say it? Oh man, it's just funny. I'm like, whoa, dude, I remember those everywhere. And
hey, they were sick fit when I was like 5.
Sick fit, fam.
Sick fit, straight up, no cap.
Straight up and down. Straight up and down. Would you want to get into some songs? You want to, get a little something before we get into that song you recommended?
You pick. It's your show. What are you thinking? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Good?
Was able
Are
to
you
go.
feeling good?
Yeah, feeling
You feel
good.
real good.
Did we go party at my big sister's house this past Friday?
We did.
It was her it was her birthday earlier in the week, so we were able to celebrate it and bring it in for Cinco de Mayo, Cinco de Drinko. And we were responsible. You drove over there, and I was like, let's grab an Uber back. That was the plan. That was the game plan from the get-go. And we stuck by it, even though there was a point in there's like a 5-minute span where the Uber price was $45.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, and just for the listeners who may not know, it's like an average $13 price usually from an Uber there or back or to there. And so there was like about 5 minutes where it's like 45 minutes or $45 price for 10 miles maybe. And we were just like, well, looks like we're gonna fall asleep. We're gonna fall asleep here. We're gonna crash out over here. And luckily, by the time we got it, I believe I paid totally $16 for the Uber ride, And I asked the gentleman to drive by Jack in the Box for us. So thank you, Uber driver from the other night.
The homie.
The homie. And you know what? I asked him, hey, buddy, you want anything off the menu? And I'm not even just saying dollar menu. Like I didn't even say value menu, even though that's what I was hoping for.
What you want? What you want?
What you want? What you want?
Well, he did not want anything. I honestly don't think he really wanted to stop first, but it was nice of him.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you for all the listeners for tuning in, as always, to Palmtrees in Progress Presents on NBC KCAA. I think we're going to get into some jams right now, and then make up some jammy jams, and then we'll get back to you in about 2 minutes. So thank you again for tuning in, and don't forget to check out all of our social media platforms and pages, Palmtrees in Progress.
By Big Grams.
Run for Your Life by Big Grams. Now, let some of the listeners who may not know or have seen the video, who may have not watched it off KCAAradio.com right now, the live stream, where'd you catch that video for the first time?
Some Adult Swim.
Ooh, good old AS, some Adult Swim. Some of the best visuals ever, you know? And that was, I believe, Big Boy was on the track from Outkast, and I didn't hear Killer Mike right there, but yeah, Big Grams from... Big Grams. Yeah. What about live? What's the other one they have? The trippy visuals they have. Is it like off the air? Oh man, off the air. It used to mess me up.
I was so confused at what you were asking me just now. I was like, what?
3 a.m. one.
That narrows it down to a lot of shows on Adult Swim.
Adult Swim used to just show like off the air, random 15 minutes or so, maybe 10 minutes.
Love that stuff.
Of just random, pretty trippy. Maybe you wouldn't say
random. They're not random.
Huh?
They're not random.
Why are they not random?
They have a theme.
What do you mean?
Have a theme. Each off the air episode has a theme.
Oh, yeah, I noted.
So it's not totally random.
Fair enough. It's not totally random. But it's like a lot of, I would even, yeah.
I actually
What's your favorite one?
Caught that off one of the off the airs.
You got what?
Like caught a little clip of that one off.
Off the air? Yeah, I'll tell you my introduction to off the airs. I was living on my own, living by myself. And that already was scary. Scary to be by myself for so long and just alone in my thoughts and in my brain. I didn't like that. But so that was scary alone.
Okay.
Alone. And I woke up.
Home Alone?
Home Alone. For the listeners, I just did a nice little Macaulay Culkin Home Alone right there. That's pretty good, right?
It was good.
Yeah. And I was living by myself, and I crashed out, probably smoked a little before, and I woke up to Adult Swim. Fell asleep to Family Guy and Futurama on Adult Swim, and I woke up to some very scary, kind of like new metal techno music playing, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? And man, I don't remember off the top of what it was, but I for sure thought in my head for a little bit, I was like, oh, I'm dead. Like, this is me being dead. This is the afterlife.
This is probably the death episode. This was an interesting one.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so it might have been the death one, and I just woke up to like some weird,
gave me some bad vibes.
Yeah, it tripped me out, gave me bad vibes, and I just didn't know what was happening for about like 15 minutes. I honestly had to get up, turn on all the lights, and kind of just smoke some more weed.
How old
before.
were you?
Oh, dude, I was like 20. I was like at least 21, 22 at the time. I was living on my own, and I was like, oh well, all right, well, I'm not going to sleep for another 4 hours. Thank you, Adult Swim. And I'll have to have the link in the bio of this episode for that exact Adult Swim off the air that scared me. I think they're all available HBO Max now.
Yes, yeah.
Which
about anything, most things from Adult Swim is available on HBO now. Pretty sick.
That is pretty rad. But did you hear MTV News actually after 40 years they just announced how they're going under.
MTV is
MTV News. So it's like their whole news correspondent or yeah.
Makes sense then. I've never even heard of it.
No, MTV News used to have like a gentleman in between music videos or in betwixt. Well, for you teen mom and 16 and pregnant, in between those, they would have a gentleman be like, today from MTV News, and they just give all like the celebrity info, like, oh man, there was this dude with like gray hair forever, just who would always do it, and he'd be like, oh, well, okay, well, Justin Bieber actually egged his neighbor's house today, so, and you just see in this journalist's eyes the death of him every time. He's like,
This is what I do for a
this is what I,
living."
like, because, he went to
rough.
journaling, like, he went to school to become a journalist, and he's like, man, I'm over
Get
here.
into the serious
Yeah.
things.
My idea, I had the idea to do cereal first.
He all thought that he'd be like digging out the scoop in the back
Yeah.
seat of someone's trunk, or
One more time? Let's try this again.
I got this, in the trunk of someone's car.
Why would you
ever see like one of those really serious criminal TV shows, and
Yeah.
journalist is like all into the gang, and they're like on the prowl.
Right. Yeah. So what you're saying is basically he thought he was gonna be like on ganglands or something along those natures.
Yep.
Yeah, I got
That's
that
where I
vibe
was
too.
going.
You could see
I,
you could see it in his eyes. He's very broken, a little sad. Like, oh man, I'm keep having to talk about how Hillary Duff.
He thought his life was gonna be a little more interesting.
I don't have any hot takes about Hillary Duff. I love her and keep on keeping on. You know what I mean? She's a Disney child star who had no issues, and we don't have to hear about her being a problem child. So, you know what, Hillary Duff, a.k.a. Lizzie McGuire, keep on keeping on. This is a new segment of the show, and that was our Keep On Keeping On
Let the rain
segment.
fall down.
Huh? Was it?
Let the rain fall down.
Let the rain fall down. And if you guys thought me watching The Hills was just part of the show and just like a fake segment, no, that's the truth. That's proof. The real ones know. If you know, you know. Man, so
It's a new lifestyle.
It's not a new lifestyle.
It's
a new
the
lifestyle. It's the lifestyle. I was just gonna say it's a new lifestyle, but spelled like N-U. Like new metal? Like Olympus kit?
Just to be different.
Anyway, so, Abby,
Yes.
what do you got going on this weekend? What Mother's Day is this weekend. Mother's Day. You and your mama and grandma are going to a
The
wineries. Oh, that'll be fun. That'll be nice. Do you have any cool, like, what do you think, like, if you had to brag to someone, like, where's the nicest place? Or like, oh, yeah, 1 year for my mom's birthday. Or Mother's Day, I took her here. Like, what would that be?
I'd say, honestly, winery's kind of a sick brag.
It's a sick brag. The Wilson's Creek. Yeah, I believe I took my mother to Wilson's Creek before. That's it's a real nice one over there. Very, very basic, though, is what I get called from people.
Maybe like a nice, expensive spa day,
Oh, okay. You know what? I feel like I'm just playing Me Too and like, no. But also, yeah.
Yeah, you feeling good on that?
Yeah, I took. I bought my mom and I gave her like a big old gift card to Glen Oak. Was that it?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
the spa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I gave her like a bunch of money so she could take a friend and go by herself. And if she went on her birthday, they give you free entrance. So I was like, if you go on your birthday, all that money you can use for other things up in there. She had a blast. She was able to take my grandma.
No, that's so nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful
Sounds
photos.
like a nice Mother's Day.
Yeah, it was a good Mother's Day. I believe my sister was able to go too, so it was like all the three mommies, the three moms,
Girls'
just
Day.
chilling out. Women's Day, Girls'
do
Day,
love
just
our
having a good
girls'
time.
days.
Yes, so I'm glad for that, and yeah, that's a nice flex. Is I like if I was single and I had to tell like a girl like I love my mom. Bought her Glen Ivy once. Bought her a little pasty Glen Ivy. Like, wouldn't that kind of get you excited if, like, I never told you that? Yo, this dude loves his mommy.
I'd be like, this dude's a mommy's boy.
Yeah. Okay. What's wrong with that, bro? Sorry she taught me how to freaking throw a baseball and ride a bike.
Oh.
Oh, don't do that. Oh, man. We got some more news, but, I have some questions that I feel like would be fun for the show. Do you have any, like... I do know personally this one, but I think maybe would you like to share like a bad edible experience? Like off of THC edible, off of something like that? Would you want to share? Would you feel comfortable sharing any of those?
Oh, I mean, I'm not ashamed of any of them.
They're fun stories. You could share one of those.
I don't know if I call them fun, but they're for sure learning experiences.
And learning experiences for you are always fun stories for friends and family and loved ones. So, baby girl, kick me off of some of that life lesson.
My first edible ever was a Moonrock brownie, and it was, I don't even remember how many milligrams was in it, but it was a lot, and I ate half of it, and I was tripping. Like I had half of it with an ex, and everything just went very staticky, and like my fingers are all tingly and toes are all tingly, and just looked all scary. Everything just didn't look right.
Right,
and then like I felt very. I've never been one to feel super anxious on pop, but
Right.
But with that, I was on like level 10. It was insane.
Oh no, that sucks. Hey, you know what? I'm sorry to cut you off, and I'm just a little curious. Was your ex at the time? Was your ex also like? Did he have a bad trip? Did he enjoy himself on that one?
He was a little more experienced than me at the time.
Okay,
so
okay.
I think he had a little bit of a better trip.
Better tolerance, maybe.
But yeah, I didn't want to be anywhere around him at the time because like he looked freaky, like just being touched. I didn't want to be touched or anything like that. It was really bad.
Oh wow! You know, it almost sounds like it was like a bad mushroom trip. And yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like it didn't feel like pot. I've never had an experience like that.
I always do tell people though that edibles are
totally different.
Yeah, edibles are completely different experience as opposed to smoking or vaping or whatever. Like it's like
rougher.
You can't compare it really. And I hear people who are not like into the marijuana or do not consume cannabis, and they're like, "Oh yeah, dude," because edibles do sound fun.
Yeah.
You know, for someone who's like an outsider looking in, or someone who doesn't really chief or want to smoke, you know, an edible, consuming something like a candy, a sour candy, might sound more appealing to them. So they're like, "Oh, I'll take one of those." Then they take a couple, whatever
or they
recommended dosage.
Yeah, like, yum,
this is delicious.
This tastes good.
Yeah, which happened to me before. But it's like
Same.
they samesies, and it's
this
like,
issue.
and it's like, you know, they have a horrible experience off of it, and then they're like totally off of cannabis completely, THC completely. It's like, no, dude, I have the high tolerance. I feel like I've been a casual or like an everyday consumer for a couple years, and, you know, to put it lightly.
Right.
And edibles still will knock me on my behind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even with my tolerance, even with me smoking multiple blunts a day, like I'm like, dude, you give me a strong edible, and I'm knocking. I'm on my booty, not having a good time. I'm having a bad time.
Edibles aren't really much of something I like to mess with much.
Yeah, I don't have a good time.
I feel like part of the issue too is like that it's not something that really hits you straight away. So like you take a couple thinking, even in an hour, you don't know when it's gonna come. You know?
No, I get that completely. It's kind of how people take shots sometimes too, where like people take shots or drinking beers, and they're like, "Why is this like?" I don't know, they're expecting an immediate like reaction or immediate like, you know, like mind change, but they're like, "Oh, I'm slamming shots," and like, I don't know, these aren't hitting me yet. It's like, yeah, dude, chill out for like 5-10 minutes. Like,
give it a rest.
Yeah,
I don't know, but edibles are even more different. Like I've had another edible where it took like 4 hours for it to
keep
go
talking.
through.
I got a caller.
Oh. Who's our caller?
You were supposed to keep talking while I was on the phone, and you just
I
looked at me
was
like
distracted.
like a mouth breather. So, ma'am, we have a live show. And yeah, so I just feel like edibles, for the most part, it's either hit or miss. And then like they're either too low, and I already have like cannabis in my system from like chiefing from earlier in the day. And then I'm like, I don't know what I'm feeling, if it's like what I consumed or it's that, or it's either just boom, I'm knocked me out. Hey, you know what, by the way, hold that thought. Caller, what up, dude?
What up?
What up, caller? What up, dude? Happy late birthday, belated birthday. We were talking about how we partied at your house on Friday.
This did go down.
Okay, so it's not fake. It's not fake news?
No.
All right, I told
Not
you.
here.
I told you, listeners, it wasn't fake news. My big sister's cool, and she invites me to parties.
Did you also shout out Mother's Day to all the Mexican mothers out there?
Oh my goodness, Brian.
We literally had this
Let's go.
discussion last night.
Wow,
Hey,
wow. Are you going to get canceled for this?
That's my goofy. Yeah, let's go. Could we all try to grito right now?
Ciao!
That's pretty good. That was Abby?
I don't know if I.
That
feel
was really good. That was really
appropriate
good,
doing
actually. That was better than I thought you would have done. So thank you.
Arriba!
Arriba. And
We're on the Cinco de Mayo theme.
yes, so happy Mother's Day to all the Hispanic mothers. Thank you, Brianna. I would have forgot to say that if it weren't.
I like how he includes himself to all of us.
all
Yes.
of us Hispanic mothers. Hey, man.
He's a Hispanic mom.
Yeah.
Don't you know, Brie?
I'm Mr. Mom to you guys, all right? So settle down. There's a drive-by pieing. Is that what it is? Yeah. So, Brian, how's your day going? You were, I texted you a little bit ago to ask if you can, call in because Andrew had to cancel to help me co-host today. So I figured I could hit you up, pick up his slack. What were you doing earlier when I texted you, by the way?
Playing Fortnite.
Let's go. Okay. I bragged last week how we caught a birthday dub for your birthday last week. Let's go.
That was pretty sick.
Did you catch any dubs?
Not today. We went from
Oh
50th place
All
for
right.
duos
All right.
to ninth.
Bye. We gotta go. Let's drop
Next
our
caller,
collar.
please.
Let's drop our collar. Oh man.
Next caller.
So which place did you get?
Our best was ninth, so
Whoa.
bad.
Are we doing
Don't-
duos?
don't
or what
air
are we
that
talking?
part.
We're I'll edit it out. Are we doing duos or are we doing what? Squads? What are we
we're
talking?
running duos.
You and Daniel?
No, my coworker David, so
Oh, okay,
he
okay.
doesn't play.
Oh, right. Sounds like it. Yeah, so you're just carrying the weight. There you go. B-Rise,
like when we play.
Yep. It's funny. Like I said, you can lead an army now. She's just bossing me around. I'm like, you got it. Yes, Sergeant, yes. Tell me what the next move is. Let's go. Oh, man. So I did think I'd waited to broach this subject, why Andrew had to cancel on us. He said he was watching, his brother's. He was watching his, our nephews, little Henry and Benji. And
Okay.
yeah, and he was like, oh, dude, I've been watching since like 12:30 today. Like, I'm kind of pooped, so I don't know if I'm gonna be up for it. I was like, oh, dude, no sweat, And I was like, I'm sure that's making you have your pullout game on fleek now. And he responds with, yeah, it's the best birth control. And I'm like, yes.
Absolutely, that'll do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, because I was told Abby, I was like 12:30 it was 5:30 at the time when he texted me. And I was like, that's like 5 hours. And and she's like, yeah, it hits different. It's way different than hanging out with
It's not like hanging out with an adult.
Oh, right, absolutely.
Yeah, like no rest and no breaks. And I'm like, I never needed coffee before I had my daughter. And I think I lost a lot of weight when I had her too, just running after her.
Yeah. Less sitting on the couch.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you don't get the dad bod until she's like, what, 10.
Yeah,
The dad bod?
The dad
dad
bod.
bod.
I like the dad bod more. Yeah, the dad bod doesn't hit until she's like, no, Dad, I'm cool. I'm hanging out with my friends at the park.
Have a beer
I'll
instead.
make my own sandwich.
Yeah, and then I'm crying over here in the corner, just like, whatever, dude.
Then he's losing
I
weight
don't wanna hang
again
out with you
because he's
anyway.
crying all day long.
Yeah, I don't even want to hang out with you anyways. Yeah, so I thought that was a pretty awesome reason, and I couldn't blame him for not being able to make it after that.
It's pretty
All
funny.
right.
Yeah, so what was your favorite part from your birthday?
Let's
The-
see. Oh,
was it-
definitely the dub. Getting that the win
On
to
beer pong?
start the day.
Pretty
Oh,
sick.
okay. I love that. Yes. What about for your birthday party?
And the beer pong, the
Yes.
bucket beer pong.
The bucket beer
That
pong.
was awesome.
Yeah, you know what I'll tell you right now? I woke up the next morning being like, my back hurts. I feel like
I'm sure Dan pulled a muscle or something trying to balls back.
Probably a couple muscles.
Yeah.
for the listeners, it's hard to describe, I suppose. It's like a sand bucket beer pong, I suppose. Novelty beer pong, it's just bigger sized. Looks like little sand buckets for toddlers, and you're throwing a bigger ball in there. And so when the rebuttals happen, it's just bouncing on the floor. And, my sister's fiance, very athletic guy. He's very he played coach for football, grew up playing football, competitive guy. That's what I was looking to say. he's just running for these rebuttals. The floor is just soaked.
And it's also
we have this slick concrete just soaked. So he's slipping and sliding all over the place like the penguin from Mario Brothers. I was like, let's go, dude.
I am curious, how was Bruce looking the next day on his side? He landed pretty hard.
A couple times, huh?
Yeah, he did take it pretty bad.
I'm sure he ate them up. I'm sure he ate them up like a boss.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like an absolute legend.
Did he feel it the next day?
What was that?
Did he feel it the next day? He's all bruised
up?
up?
No. He just kept drinking and felt nothing.
Yes, I was going to say, you didn't hear I don't know why my hip hurts so bad.
Ugh.
What did I
do? Said those hips don't lie.
These hips don't lie. They are hurting. Oh, man, that's awesome. Yeah, that was good. I mean, he was getting those rebuttals. I was terrified because I'm like, I don't want to slip, and also I don't want to catch an elbow.
Nobody was even trying.
Yeah, like, It's like being at a concert, and, it's a hardcore show, and it's like, I don't really like this band that much. I'm not going to be in the mosh pit. I'm like,
No one was competing with you.
Chill out, dude. Chill out, bro. And that's me flailing my arms and putting my feet up because I'm scared. And so that was a good game. I did say, I was like, the novelty of that game wore off instantly for me because I was out in the bushes looking for the balls or because I suck at beer pong so much. And I'm like, my back hurts. I'm bending over. Would have just been able to.
Yeah. Not ideal.
Yes. So I feel like I did want to bring up, since we have you here, about how I got all drunk. And there was some dude who walked in, just being like, "Yo,
we're just talking about this.
Yo, what up with the shots? Where those shots at? Where the shots at?"
To which Eric replies,
"Yo, where's
the bottles at?
Where's that bottle at? I know you're not walking to my big sister's house, act like you're gonna be taking shots of her alcohol, just completely drunk and obliterated and being a jerk."
The sweetheart of a guy.
Yeah, and you know what? It was funny. Yeah, I was coming off mad aggro. I feel like a doofus for that. And then he was like, "Oh, by the way, whatever." I was like, "Yeah, dude, you can't be coming in here like that. Like, this is my big sister's house, bro." And he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Like, no, I completely. That was not cool of me." I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry too." This guy, I know I came back to you guys. I was like, I feel like I'm the jerk now because he was.
Oh yeah.
He seems like such a sweet guy.
The best part was Dan coming back and being like, "Hey, Bree, did you know that I know this guy?" And I was like, "Oh, the one Eric was about to beat up." I said, "That's cool."
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that guy did miss that. That's fucking funny.
Oh well, did miss what?
Missed you guys arguing that we were about to beat him up.
Daniel?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know if Daniel was in the room. Maybe he was in the restroom or something. Yeah, that is funny, yo. But I just immediately felt so remorseful, and I was like,
Daniel missed the whole thing?
I don't know.
I did not hear the beginning part of it, but we did catch him up to see.
Yeah. Daniel was they were just catching up, just shooting it like they were good old friends after that. I was like, these guys probably know each other. And, by the end of the night, for sure, I was like, "Cheers, buddy. Sorry again, dude." Like, you know what? I was telling Abby, I was like, you know what? I think some of it came from his mustache. Not like
just offensive?
Yes. Thank you, Brie. No one gets me like my big sis. And it's like not a jealousy thing, although that was a pretty cool mustache. I don't think I could grow that thick of one.
Is it envy?
It was not. It's not mustache envy. It was more like he looked like a cop. It was.
That's what I was gonna say.
It looked
he looked like he was off duty.
Yeah, he looked like an off-duty cop. So I'm like, you know what? I got some grievances to air. And I'm taking them out on you, bro.
He was saying I bleed blue, so, he could have been.
Well, what was that? I'm sorry?
He was screaming, "I bleed blue," so, he could have been.
He's either a Crip gangbanger or he is a cop. So
which one's the more likely?
I don't know which one. I don't know which one I'd rather him be part of.
Yeah.
Oh yes. So thank you again, Brianna, for calling in and being part of the show, helping out.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, Andrew, for
dropping the ball.
slacking off.
Yes. We got about 10 minutes if you want to stick around for the rest of the show.
Oh, yeah. I was
Awesome.
like, I'll do that while I'm getting a little dub in the background. No worries.
Let's go. Do you have any song recommendations you'd like to hear while we're out right here on the radio?
Have you heard of Doja Cat?
I believe I have.
No. I mean, I don't know. Have you heard of this little band called Mom Jeans? We play Mom Jeans on this station.
Oh, yeah. I guess I could probably find a Mom Jeans song.
Yeah, for Mother's Day.
If I type in Mom Jeans clean, that's probably just going to be like, these are some clean Mom Jeans. These are nice and new.
Just without distressing.
Hey, did you go without distressing? Did you go to swap meet this past weekend while I'm looking this up?
I did not. I did go to the drive-in, so kind of.
Oh yeah, dude! I cannot believe that Guardians of the Galaxy is out. I was telling Abby, did you know that? And I told a couple coworkers, shout out to Eric, that I was like, dude, my sister.
You can't shout yourself out.
Yeah, I was like, my sister texted me saying GOTG is 3. Or no, you didn't even say 3. Like whatever, and I look it up. I'm like, I didn't even know Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is out. What do you think?
Everybody knows the acronym.
Right, everyone knows the acronym.
GOTG.
Did you see many commercials for that? Because I had no idea that thing was dropping.
But I also don't have cable, so I don't really know how.
I don't have that as well. But yeah.
Like when we seen that Fast 10's coming out, right?
Yo, I had to look it up today because I was scared. I was like, did we miss it? Brian?
I would have never seen the trailer had you not shown me.
Sucks for you, nerd. Are we watching? What's going on?
We definitely are.
It's coming out the 19th, I believe.
We're all gonna drink Corona.
Family. We got to drink some Coronas. And what else?
Get deep V-necks.
Deep V-necks. Pull up at some Skylines. I got my Honda, so it's cool. I could maybe get some air out of the tires so it looks lower. I think I'll be fine.
We should all just come dressed inspired of a different Fast and the Furious movie.
Brian, tell me right now. Oh, that's good. I like that. A different Fast and the Furious movies because I don't know if I have 10 friends, so that's easy. There's going to be enough pickings. All right.
I don't know if I have the right outfit for anything.
Either that. Look, guys, if you guys commit to this, I will purchase us all bald caps, including Daniel.
Bald cap?
Really,
yeah.
You can save yourself some money.
Okay, Daniel's bald cap would also be Don Toretto's color.
We're going as Vin Diesel?
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Obviously, we're family men, okay?
Family.
We're obviously family men.
Oh, man, that would be amazing. Yeah, so I believe the 18th. So, Brian, whatever your work schedule is, we'll have to talk about this after.
All clear. It's clear. Don't worry about it.
Let's go. Yeah, so Thursday night, I'm like, dude, because you know how they do it Thursday nights?
Yep.
So I was thinking, let's catch it on a Thursday night prior to the Friday release.
So down.
They have an 8:05. They have 10 p.m. showings all night, everywhere, and then 8 p.m. showings even.
Or are we thinking late night?
Yeah, I got to work Thursday, so I don't get out till 7-ish. So anything 8 after 8. 8:45 is so cool. Man, I feel
Abby, are you there?
Yeah, duh.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah.
Family. Yes. What was the last blockbuster? My big sister, for the listeners who may not know, and for the listeners who do know, knock it off. How do you guys know this? My sister's birthday is in May and always is around a Hollywood blockbuster. So for the past couple of years, we've been lucky enough to be able to catch a nice little Hollywood blockbuster. Brianna, while I pick up this phone, I want you to let them know what the last couple of movies we watched.
Was it? I mean, it was a Marvel movie, but what was the name of it? Dang it! It was a really sad one where everybody died.
Hilarious.
Spoiler.
It was Avengers. It was Avengers: Infinity War, and we watched both of them. Also, we have another caller on the line. Other caller, what up?
What's up, callers?
Yeah, I think you guys might recognize this.
Palmtrees in Progress is one of my favorite radio shows that I tune into every week. Shout out to the main audio engineer running that show.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Man, what a cool caller.
What a cool caller. Cool caller. That's what I say to people wearing polos. Cool caller.
You know what? I love your angel shirt. You look great in an angel shirt.
He does look pretty banging. Huh?
He's tuning live on KCAA radio.com. Thank you for all the listeners tuning in to Palm Trees in Progress Presents. Don't forget to check us out on all social media platforms, Palm Trees and Progress. Hey.
But yeah, just wanted to call real quick and say I love you guys and love the show and what you're doing.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, do you have any idea why I was wearing an Angels jersey today?
You know what? I kind of had a feeling I knew why you were wearing one, and it broke my heart.
Oh, for the followers on Instagram, they may have known that we were supposed to have we don't have to get into that. Next week, we're having Strider Wilson.
Yeah.
Strider, that's going to be great.
Strider Wilson from Netflix's Chad and JT Going Deep. Go check out on Netflix, Chad and JT Going Deep.
How deep do they go?
Very deep.
Very deep, very deep. It hits your heart, your soul,
Pretty deep.
your kidneys.
As long as their names are Chad and JT, they can go as deep as they want.
That was beautiful. Brian, you hear any of this?
I am trying to block it out.
Are you?
Hey, Brian, happy birthday. I love you, cuz. I'm sorry I said it so late.
No worries. Thank you.
Hey.
You're the best Brian out there.
Thank you.
I don't know,
Okay.
dude. Have you ever watched Family Guy? That dog loves his martinis.
Hey, don't insult your
She's on
sister.
that
like
Brian level, and she's surprised.
I'm getting into my martini phase, okay? Just leave me alone.
She's
What-
getting there. She's getting there.
Brian, are you currently playing Fortnite?
I lost my last one, so no, I'm in the lobby right now.
So you were. Question: were you
What's
playing?
your Twitch account name? We got to know what it is.
Yes, Discord.
Glizzy Gladiator.
Good. That's solid.
I think I kept calling Abby a glizzy gobbler last night.
I got kicked out of my
Oh.
Glizzy Gobbler one, yep.
Just teasing her. But that's awesome. Dang, Brian. So were you playing a game of Fortnite while we were live on the air?
Just like the last couple minutes.
Awesome. That is awesome. That might be the first recording of someone playing Fortnite on the radio, because I think people who play Fortnite don't really listen to the radio.
She's all American everybody and doing a talk show at the same time.
Andrew, you got anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Nothing, dude. It's just you guys are the best. I love you guys. All of you guys. These are the best.
Thank you. You are the best too. Tell the family we say what up.
What up?
I'll let everybody know here.
What up, Council?
What up? But all right, I'll let you guys go. You close out the show, man.
All right. Thanks, brother. I'll catch you next week. Dude, what's that guy calling for? What's up with that?
Tell her to leave us alone.
Lingerer.
Lingerer. All right, we got about 2 minutes before we got to get out of here. Brian, do you want to shout out anybody or say, stop snapping your fingers so... Oh! Someone snapped their fingers like
can't.
right next to the mic.
I need one more.
Brian, you got anything to
there
say
it
or
is.
anything want to shout out anyone before we get out of here?
Shout out to Erica for having me on,
Of course.
for getting the birthday dub.
Let's go. That was like the
Thank you,
best.
thank you.
Made my day.
Thank you for not fighting in my house, too. Appreciate that.
Me too. I'm sure my face does as well.
So
Abby?
is his stash. His stash is very happy.
Yes. Abby, you got anything to say before we get out of here?
No. Happy birthday, Brianna.
Thank you.
Happy birthday again, Brianna.
Thank you.
Of course. And then, what do you got? You got anything going on this weekend? What are you going to be raging, partying and raging?
No, we're just going to be working. We're opening the restaurant back up, so...
Oh, nice. Where should they be stopping by? Should they be stopping by somewhere?
So, yeah, if you guys want to come stop by River Ranch in downtown Riverside.
Make sure to go by River Ranch in downtown Riverside. Go ask for Brianna and tell them Eric sent you.
Leave a good tip.
Leave a good tip. Y'all better leave a good tip. Don't be sitting on my
Otherwise, we didn't
progress
send you
crowd.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise Eric did not send you.
Yes. All right. Thanks again for all the listeners for tuning in to Palm Trees in Progress Presents on NBC, KCAA 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, and 1050 AM in the Inland Empire and worldwide on all streaming platforms. I'm your host, Erick Osario, and we've been joined here with our lucky special guest host, Abigail Johnson, and our great special guest caller, Brianna Osario. Thanks again, guys. We'll catch you guys next week. Bye. Let's give it all. Bye.